Welcome back to Oldman Gaming, where we are playing Gold Rush. We're doing Season 15, Leaderboard. And today we're going to talk about digging. That's right. We're going to do a lot of digging today because we're making an open mine pit. Because that's the best way to actually get the gold in this place. In fact, well, first we'll do this. So I'm now on the leaderboards. Barely made it to 10. Look at that, for like 30 ounces. Hey, I'm there. I'm catching up. We'll be up to the top in no time. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to check. So, okay, so if we look at our gold map, these are ones I was digging with. But here's the gold field we want to get to. See, so here we've got 600, 700, 800. I think there was a 900. Yeah, see, 900. So these are the ones we want to go and dig. Not these ones, they're not really worth it. These ones might be okay. If you're really hungry for gold, you can get back in here. But what we've got ahead of us is all this crap. This is complete garbage. You don't even want to go through it. Let's go ahead. We're going to toggle these squares because that's our goal of where we need to get to know that we're in the money. So, I'll show. We're gonna dig all the way back there. This will be a whole open mine pit. We're gonna, dig this way. Probably. Not probably. We are. I've done this particular claim many times. It's always the same way. I got my excavator over here. I've got the bulldozer. Now I don't use this often, but for this particular one, I want to use it because see this hill here? It's here every time. It actually makes digging the open pit mine pretty difficult if you don't move it around a bit. So I'm going to move it around a bit. Because then your excavator is always like pointing funny and that. So one thing I know with the bulldozer, I'm not great with it or sliding, but one thing you need to do is find like a nice flat surface. I mean, this is kind of flat. Actually, let's go up here. Make sure that's up all the way. Okay. So what we're going to be doing is is what all the other big folks do. We delete the dirt. You don't need it. It's not worth running through the thing. You can't really push it around with the bulldozer much. And at this rate, the speed this thing's going at, it would take all day anyway. But we're gonna move this dirt here first. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. We put that down. You find kind of a flat surface to start on, and you put your blade all the way down. And you keep moving. Come on. No, I don't want it to do that. It's already being kind of a problem. Here's what I'm going to do. We'll start by kind of just mowing it out that way. Oh, I didn't put the blade all the way down. Okay, that's the problem. The blade down. I find if there's if you can go where you can push the dirt out kind of over a cliff or something. We got to make a nice flat area first to kind of dig. If it's in our way with the excavator, we can do something about it, but that's a good start right there. There we go. I'm just wondering how much we need to push it over this way some. Look at our blocks. Yeah, we're kind of heading the wrong direction already. It's going to go pushed along. But now we're starting to have this little flat area to start working on, and that's exactly what we're after. So I just want to go through that main hill there. So the other thing we need to do a little bit is just to, so we have like a consistent place, is we're gonna obviously dig a little road this way. Maybe. Come on. You can't push the dirt any further. That's pretty crazy. Like, does not want to go any further. Come on, you can do it. I'm just gonna... just a place to work here, because we're gonna just keep slicing it off over here. This is the best way I found. Whoa, what's going on here? The blade should be down all the way. Oops, it wasn't. Okay. This is the best way I found to do is you just cut off a little bit. See, now we've got kind of too much to move, but we can wheel ourselves back here and start at a place that, you know. So I've only rented this bulldozer. I'm not going to use it for very long. But I did buy the front loader, because that's also a big help when digging this thing. And later on, it's generally what I use to dig. This season, I might do something a little different. We'll see. Might clear this up a bit more. All right, you'll see this will help out a whole lot. This might take 10 or 15, like 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Depends on how, you know, good you are with this bulldozer. But as you can see, I'm only taking such a small chunk out of here. I find this is the best way to do it. Plus this will leave it so we can reach the dirt. This is probably something I'll do later. If I'm going to use the excavator to dig, which I might, because I can dig a whole lot faster with the excavator than I can with the front loader. But the front loader, and the front loader has a bigger bucket, so people will argue it'll go, you can go faster. But you'll see when I start digging with the excavator, you'll see what I'm talking about. We kind of got to finish up getting this thing, but you can see it's not taking too long. And this is basically, come on, really, you can't push that much dirt around. Like, I didn't used to use the bulldozer here, but they're season 14. I reset the claim 4 times, so you got to dig this hole 4 times. And I was just like, got tired of this big hill being in my way, so I learned to use the bulldozer enough to get it out of my way. Because it is actually, it does become quite a pain in the butt. Don't get stuck there, come on. All these little tracks that it makes. Luckily they iron out pretty easy here. Yep. They're basically probably going to dig the hole right towards those 2 cubes there, so. Alright, so what I'm going to do, we'll leave this for now. We'll start digging, and I'll show you how you dig and get rid of the dirt. And then I'll pause the video, get this set up, and we'll keep digging, and then we'll get to the end where I'll show you how everything works. But basically I found if you start between these 2 posts, that'll line you up pretty much with the gold. And the gold is pretty much the same way every time in here. Oh, I got enough gas in this. Wrong button. Alright, let's see. We are kind of like to get further back, but I've now made a mess of the dirt. Digging. The idea here, this is actually easier with this than it is with the front loader right now. Trust me. Don't worry about your teeth. You can afford them. About $800 to replace your teeth once they all go bad. But see, all you do is just dump the dirt out on the bedrock. It disappears. You don't need to run this dirt. It's a complete waste of your time. You'll run it through and you might get 1 ounce of gold. It's not worth it at all. What you do want to make sure to do is get all of the dirt chunks off the ground though. So that's smooth. Now this is, it's kind of steep here. You'll see it will try your patience, let me tell you. But it's the least steepest area to dig and get your stuff in. Plus it aligns, you know, once you buy Frankensteins, they're almost straight right down the row. So it also really helps in that as well. So, but this is the fastest way to like dig out your mine. Make sure you're actually hitting the dirt on the bedrock and it just goes away. Then once you're down far enough, if you want to use the, I mean, you will have to get into using the front loader at some point because it does help you with getting the ground clean. Since I haven't bought the claim yet, I'm still needing about 1.6 million. I mean, we're not too far off, honestly. With some of the cleanouts I've been having, that won't take long. Get this a bit close. Yeah, it's just a bit close to the excavator's why it's hard to get it. We can back it up in a minute. You see. Oops, I'm supposed to be in dig mode here. As you can see, it's starting to already slope down pretty hard. But the machines can make it up here, up and down. Can get a little complicated a little bit if you're not careful. This is like just what you got to do. I've found it takes between 2 and 3 hours to do this real time. But that 2 or 3 hours will pay off because, you know, you'll easily get, well, what was down there? That was like 3,000 ounces or something down there, at least. Oh. So be patient, dig a lot, and keep going. You need it pretty wide in order to both have a be able to drive down it. Plus, you'll need to be able to put your Frankensteins down there. So not why I'm going so far away. We got a dirt pile right here. The thing is, if you got a dirt pile there and you dump the dirt on it, it'll just make it bigger. You have to actually make sure you're dumping it onto a spot that has absolutely no dirt, and then it deletes it. This is once again just using the game mechanics to help us out. This is like basically the idea. It's like those who know how to use the game mechanics will win and dig better. So okay. All right. You know what? I'll pause it, dig this out a bit, and when I come back, yeah, I'll show you how it looks. So I'll see you in a little bit. I thought I'd unpause for a minute so you could see what's happening here. I was just driving along, and this is where my game is. I haven't saved for a while. The good news is I've got about 144 frames per second, best I've ever seen. Unfortunately, yeah, nothing else is working. So, see if we can reset our bulldozer, which kind of sucks, but... Alright. Alright, well, interesting thing, huh? Alright, I'll come back to you in a bit. Alright, well, here we are back. Yeah, we're not halfway there yet, but this is what we're looking at. See? And this is what you want to be digging. I did flatten it out quite a bit up here, which is really helpful because I can get, you know, all the way down to the ground here. And this is the best way to dig if you've got the excavator. You don't have to worry. Sometimes you'll see like it leaves little ones there. As you back up the excavator, it will it'll open them up, you know, like you'll be able to get them. So I generally kind of try to park this in the middle and then just turn it back and forth as I go along to reach the sides as I need. So, but you can see you can dig through stuff pretty fast this way. This is still, you know, trash dirt. Nothing we want to send through the thing. And some people might feel like, oh my gosh, I'm wasting this. There's gold in it. There's like 1 ounce of gold in here. It's like pointless to use. You know, you spend more on gas to power the power plant than you will in mining this dirt out. Like, yeah, you spend too much in gas. Trying to get that 1 ounce of gold. When you could just delete it like this and then move along where the real gold is. So this is good. I'm glad we can see this. You can see the invisible wall happening here. You can see we're pretty much almost already to the point where it's flat. It's just like right up here, the edge of the camera there, where it's really steep right at the beginning, and now it's kind of starting to taper off and become flat, and then that's where all the good gold is. There we go. Like I can't get that piece right there because the bucket won't get it, but once we back up the excavator, I'll be able to grab it. So you just dig, dig, dig. So maybe I might change it to day just because it's easier to dig. You do want to have light to do this. If you're trying to do this in the dark, it's kind of difficult. So either do this during the day or, as I have, just set up a light. Yeah, I'm powering it with my power plant, but that thing's quite efficient with fuel. That doesn't bother me. Plus, as you can see, I've got like 800K. Not a big deal. My last clean out was almost 200 ounces. So the only thing that bothers me really is the fact that I'm digging out this crap dirt rather than 200 ounce dirt. But you know what? We're going to get to dirt that's just as good. Yeah, see, we're almost to the point where it's completely flat. So that's great. And then here in a little bit, I'll get the front loader out and I'll show you. It can be faster. You dig from the bottom, but it's actually, if I turn the camera here, it's actually difficult right here where it's really steep to use it. So you do want to kind of wait till you get further down here, where it's a bit flatter, and then it, you know, it might be actually a bit more faster than this. Although, you know, this, you can clearly see the work that you're doing with the front loader. Like, it picks it up right from the bottom. You really don't see too much of a change. And so, like, psychologically, it doesn't seem like it works faster. It does have a bigger bucket, but it also takes longer to like pull it back and drop it. See, like here, I can drop the same amount. That why is this not? All right, I can actually drop faster, and this is also like you get the dump truck down here when it's when you're ready to dig. This is the fastest way to dig, actually. And I'll probably do that later. But see, now we're pretty much to the flat ground. I mean, there's just a little bit of angle there, and now we're straight up. All of it's flat. And that's why I said, I mean, I've done this plenty of times. I know I've dug elsewhere. Like, there's another flat area over by, you know, the water. It kind of is flat, but it's also quite steep right at the beginning. It's a bit more steep than this area, and then also getting your Frankenstein's over there, and also be quite a trick. Sorry, my frame rates kind of die through this once in a while, so. See, how is that side coming? Gotta dig a bit more that way, so I might. This is, you want to have it kind of wide. You're gonna be putting a few things here. You'll have a Frankenstein at some point, and I'm gonna keep this. Come on. Now you can fix these walls pretty easy with the front loader. Make them all pretty, I guess, if you want. Not, I mean, I probably will go through, just make them all straight. Which helps out so that... Ooh, I'm digging in shallow, who cares? Okay. Sometimes hard to get these walls straight with this. You know, we're digging at an angle, so it's not a big deal. Like I said, well, I'll come back with the front loader and fix it here shortly. But I've made it wide enough again. So what I like to do, I'll show you later when we get to that point. But I'll have my Frankensteins down here, and I'll actually buy a big gas can for each Frankenstein. And that is, I guess that's the secret for today. Even though we're not actually to that point in the game yet. I still gotta buy this plot of land first. And probably reset it before we get a Frankenstein, because these run out of gold. You can't stay here for the whole season 15 on just this claim. You have to reset it, and resetting has its rules and things, or like things that happen. And I'll go over that in a video when it's time for that kind of thing, or like obviously when I get to it, so y'all can follow along with me and move forward. The other thing you have to be careful about is tipping your tractor, excavator, whatever. uh, into the pit. That's not cool. Because then you have to reset it. You start at the front of the claim, and you have to drive back to wherever you were and put it up. It's, it just takes time when you could just be sitting there digging. But I've watched just about everybody do it that's played the game. Because you kind of get into like a rhythm here with digging. You kind of forget that, you know what, I'm at the top here. And then before you realize it, you can, like if you stop here, see it wiggles a tiny bit. When it's about to fall, it'll wiggle a whole lot. But if you're not watching and you get to that point, you might, it'll dip off. Oh, see, we're tipping now. Look at that. This is about as far as you want to go before you like decide to crawl back up on the thing here. I'm gonna come over here to this side, dig it out a little bit. Oh, whoops. Turn the It is quite dark, darn it. I'm gonna just dig here, keep the wall pretty wide, or like the pit pretty wide. As you can see, we pretty much already have gotten down to the flat area of the bedrock. This bedrock is where all the good gold is. I mean, if you took just the bedrock dirt here, you might, and run it through, you might get some gold out of it. But better just to wait till you get to where it's at. And I want to get that. What we have to do probably is turn the... Let's contour this wall just a little bit more. Like, drag it back so it's even with the back wall. Pays off in the end to have this pretty wide. Especially like when you go to dig, and you're finally like, okay, I'm gonna dig, I'm gonna take the front, and you're digging with the front loader. You want to have like a pretty large area at the bottom in the beginning, because if it's too tight, you really can't do much. So already, like, because we're doing this, it'd be great to have a Frankenstein, because you can just dump dirt right into the hopper of the Frankenstein, and it goes up to your wash plant. And generally with me, I leave my wash plant on, like, almost, I don't often turn it off once I've got to tier 5 and I'm just digging. Obviously in cleanouts you kind of turn it off, but I don't leave it off for too long. Like, I don't turn it off while I go out to dig. I just leave it on, obviously, because it takes time to go over there and turn it off, and it takes time to turn it back on. You have enough money to pay for the gas and the water. Together, I think, like, okay, the tower, I believe, okay, there, I was wondering. I believe it's like $9,000 to fill it completely full. Could be wrong, but it's not much more than that. Now the fuel tank, obviously, I think that's 25,000 if it's like completely empty. Once you kind of get it filled up, you just like fill it up a little bit every night, and then it's like, you put $5,000 into the gas tank every other day, and it'll stay pretty full. So yeah, let's see, where are we? almost back to where I'm probably gonna want to clear out some more dirt. I think I've got this a little too low for where, you know, once we get to the actual one we're gonna dig. It's great that I can reach all the way to the bottom, but I'm wondering if I'm cutting out any gold off the top. It's also kind of nice to just start right into, you know, the richest gold dirt in there. All right, so the one thing with this invisible wall, now it's kind of a bother. I can't see my wall that I'm actually trying to fix or do. What I like to do, I call it, I'm gonna just run to the gas station and get a drink. So the two ways to fix it is you travel, or oh crap, I think I had a problem with my travel back to the town here. This the truck is in the way. Okay, good. So that'll fix it because it has to reload the map, but you gotta travel outside of the yeah, we're pretty tight here, so I'm gonna oops, do a little more bulldozing. Why does it keep going to the truck? We're gonna move this around. I'm gonna go park it back over here. There we go. Gotta get the view I like. I like the one where I've got free control of the camera. So it's just too dark. I really can't see anything. I think we could park it. I think this is far enough. I'm looking to see. Oh, we've got two things. Oh, I don't have my dump truck anymore. I was like, how come I don't find the dump truck? Actually, we can get in here. We can drive ourselves down. It's getting so dark. It's been like dark since 5 o'clock. All right, so I'm just gonna run into that because it's really cool to do. Does neither room take damage? We'll just sleep till dawn. Let's see how much gold they took from me. 75. I was pretty close. 15,000 to pay my employees. I didn't dig a whole lot that night, but see, 168 ounces. So if I'm like actually running 4,000, I'm not 4,000, 2,000 yards of dirt, you know, I should be getting like 7,000, 6 to 700 out, 800 ounces of, probably like 700 ounces of gold rather than what I'm getting now, but that's okay. So that 35 ounces of gold is now mine. I can go smelt it if I like. You know, I'm gonna pause the video. I'll do the bulldozing and I'll come back. Okay, so we're once again still there digging it out. I think it's time to get the front loader just to give it a try. And the other thing I wanted to show is here is my skin from season 14. So this is this is a skin I got. I know even last year's season had 11 on it also. I'm not sure the reason for that, but keep rolling with this thing. This thing has I would say, probably of all the machines, it has the steepest learning curve. Not easy to use. So if you've never used it before, then you really need to give yourself some time. It's a beast. Partly, I think it's just because, you know, it's splits in the middle, so that kind of is first something to get used to. The steering is really kind of wacko at first. There we go. Don't want to. I don't want to climb up the ladder to go put this in. Where's this thing at? 67%. Where's this thing? 1% going down. Like 10K in there. Or 11K. See, it's not all that much. I'm not going to worry too much more about that. It's got enough for now. Let's get down where we're digging. Now you will see that it's a bit more complicated with this. Just digging at the back of the wall there is really simple. And here I am. I can't even drive. Okay, we're already caught up in this. There we go. Right. You can see it is really steep to go down there. Gotta fix the wall over here even. Let's see what we can. The thing is, you gotta press the bucket so it's all the way up, which is my thing. It's Y, but I don't know. It doesn't want to go up. You have to wiggle it a little. And then also that's the thing. You can't really stop on the hill. Yeah, it's on. Okay. Oh, we can do this. Wow, this is really bad. It's not been like this really that bad. Okay, can we... Well, basically what I do is I just try to roll back and dump it out. Forward now. Do it. There we go. Collecting some. Now it's full. Up a bit, but it's far enough away. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, I can get a bigger bucket out of this thing. But to dig with it, it's a bit difficult. Once you get down where it's just flat dirt, it's nothing bad. It's not difficult at all. Or flat bedrock, I should say. This part's the hardest part. And then basically this is it. You back up, dump dirt, and you move forward and mash the wall again. You just want to make sure you clear any of the dirt like that over there. Grab that dirt instead of... So if you roll over dirt like this and it doesn't pick it up, one thing you can do, let me back up and dump this first. Alright, so you put the bucket down with it all the way full. And then you pick it up just a little bit and tilt it down. It should dig it out. Yeah, it looks like it did for the part. I think we need a bit of a bigger run here. So if you're using just the front loader, this is going to be, well, a bit of annoying to you to get this. It takes longer with this than doing with the bulldozer in the front or in the excavator at the top. You can see I feel like I've gotten nowhere yet. I mean, of course, we are making sure there's no dirt on the bottom here. You know the bucket's filling up when the wall moves around like that. In fact, when it stops moving is when the bucket's full. You just back up and dump it out. All right. Sorry about this. We gotta travel to the gas station. Or anywhere really, just not the front of the claim. You have to have it reload the screen. The invisible wall's bugging me. As you can see, it's actually quite a fight with the front loader. You definitely want to get the excavator, and that's better. And at least now we can see. Like the other thing you can do to get into the walls, you can lift it up a bit and just pull. You can drive it right into the wall like that. Dump it out. We still need to get this stuff right here. So it's very slow going with the front loader. Or it seems like it, because, you know, it doesn't feel like we're getting anywhere here. But it's very useful for cleaning up all the like the stuff on the ground here. Other machines will get stuck on it if you have them down here. Ooh, a drill track, or was that to the whole drill? I'll buy the drill at some point because I mean it's pretty much the same. Dig it already. I wanted to get down here and clean it up a bit because the elevation has changed a little bit, it seems, up on top. And now the excavator can't reach all the way to the bottom. You can I'm saying with the front loader, it really seems like you get nowhere fast. It feels so much more like accomplishing when you use the excavator from the top and you see like a whole section of wall just disappear before your eyes. And this, it's like, well, you know, things are missing, it looks like, but the wall doesn't seem to be moving back in any way. I mean, it is, but it's just very slow. There we go. Wait a minute. We're going to put the bucket down, make sure it's all the way up instead of in the down position. And that'll keep it smooth most of the time. Press the wrong button. You don't have to lift it up. Actually, I'm lifting it up way too high to dump it. You don't really have to lift it high to dump it. I mean, like, that's enough right there, see? But this is like, I mean, this is the machine you bring in to prettify everything. You know, if you got walls that look uneven or something, you just bring this in and you can make them pretty flat and straight. Like, good. You like, we quantify how much digging we've done down here in this time frame? Sometimes I have in the past dug this whole thing out with this front loader. But I'm finding bulldozing the top and then you know, so that the excavator can reach down most of the way is a much faster way to go. At least it feels like it. And too bad you can't just get the bulldozer down here and bulldoze the walls back a bit, but it doesn't work that way. feel like hitting that wall, it's not going anywhere. So what I'm going to do, pick it up a bit. There we go. All right. Sometimes you wiggle the bucket around, it'll fill it up as well. Generally, if you put the bucket down, it doesn't steer very well. You know, you have to pick it up to get it to go. This is probably the slowest process to dig, I think, is with this thing right now. It becomes faster when you're using the Frankensteins and stuff, and you've gotten it down to like the flat ground. On a slope, this thing is very difficult to use. If you don't have all the equipment, I'd say rent it. In fact, I'm renting the bulldozer because I didn't want to buy it right yet. All right, I think we're gonna leave it there. Get back up here on this thing. You can see we're pretty close to where we want to be. Very soon I'm gonna just have to dig from one side. Like turn this sideways and dig. We're almost to the back of the wall here. And we're done. And we'll start digging. I'll probably leave those at the level that they're at. Don't think I'll bulldoze them anymore. But like, see what I'm saying? I already feel like I've gotten so much further. Only like 5 seconds into digging. But I can't reach the bottom anymore. It's okay. You know, it's okay, but almost wondering if I should buy a Frankenstein before I purchase the, because you don't want to rent them. It'll be like $35,000 a day or something. Forget, it's a lot. You know, just save 800 or 900,000 and buy it in the winter. Like, I might just continue digging where I'm at. Maybe, we'll see. Till I can get the get a Frankenstein ran down here. Of course, the Frankenstein won't even reach down this far. You need two, to be honest, to get down this far already. The first one, it'll extend and it'll come right down up to about where the dirt starts up there. Which then means you have to obviously have another one. It doesn't really make sense to have just one. Change my view here. That might help me out a little bit. Basically, the fastest way to really dig is this way, and then you can't reach the bottom like as you're seeing here, then you bring the front loader to clean it up. Is digging this way, as you can see, you could fill up, like my best time filling up a dump truck is 11 game minutes with you know, digging like that. So it can be done really fast. Drive over this way a little bit. Seems like a lot, but then when you turn this thing around, we barely cleared the part where we were digging. So. I mean, let me see, just for fun. 200. Are we into these squares yet? We have to look up here. Flip this. No, we're not. See, we're not there even yet. Okay. No big deal. We just keep digging. High five! You know, it can get in the way. Like it will. They collide and won't let you dig if it's in the way. Let's see, I gotta move again, I think. Maybe we'll just back up and dig in. I think I back. So I've seen some YouTubers or like people at the top, they'll actually just use the Frankenstein and reposition the hopper to follow this thing. I've tried it personally. It's tough. I think I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get to that point. Whole bunch back on the bottom there. And our invisible wall's already back. It can be a pain in the butt. I should just move. Again, see, it's 5 o'clock. Well, okay, it's 6 now. The thing. Clearly see we're pretty much down to the flat surface, which will help this whole cleanup situation here. I just don't. Dirt on front load. More raining dirt out of the sky. Nope, it's not tacos, just dirt. Good play. Now that we've got it cut like this, you know, there's a big lip down here that's not under. Now we'll see the front loader do its job. Like, they'll scrape right through into that and it'll disappear, and then we'll really feel like we've gone far. Which, I mean, we have. You know. That's quite a distance to go, so let's go back a little bit. Dang it, I left lights on. That's not. Back. Okay, so watch. I think it was already partly full. It should go in a little further than. There we go. Now you can clearly feel like you're finally making some progress. And those frame drops can be wicked. I hope they fix that part soon. I don't know if it's the code or if it's the engine that does that. But, I mean, I've seen it in some other games. Obviously, the dirt that they're using, how much there is here, there's, there's, there got to be a way to optimize this voxel dirt. Has to be. Make this game run smooth. Yeah, now I'm feeling like we're actually digging. And we're much like more on the flatter surface, which makes this easy. We didn't hit that the way I wanted it. Right, there we go. Well, you got that done. Like when the wall looks pretty flat again, then you go back up and make it all funny looking with the excavator. About, I don't even have to back up this far. It's just, I always hold down the backup button because we're on a slope. You can't really can't hit the brakes. Well, okay, you can. Depends on the slope. Some slopes you can't use the brakes because they just slide. Guess we can have some light down here. Come on, back it up. I don't really need to go that far. That's what I'm talking about. I am like, got the parking brake on and we're sliding. Okay, back it up. What's your problem? Hold on. Our bucket, right? Oh. Let's say you need a very bare minimum of 2 Frankensteins. I generally run with 3, and if I really want to go far back, I'll use 4. But that's rare because, like I said, you need the first one just to get down to where the dirt is. The second one will get you down here in this pit, and maybe close enough to the dirt. I think it does. Hey, back up, dude, back up. Let's... Slow going, slow going. But it is worth it. And really, it is. Because we're down here, we're we're going to be using the dump truck for a while till we get the money for what we need, which again is about $4. Because we'll buy some Frankensteins, or we need to buy some Frankensteins. We also need to pay off this law. I'm tired of paying the guy, darn it. Tired of paying the guy. But yeah, see, the one thing to really get used to on this thing is the way that the steering works, because the whole body's separate. So it's kind of weird to like get used to it that way. Because most of us drive cars, or some of us drive cars, and it's not anyway. It's the way a car works. All right. We have to like widen up the wall over there on that side as well. All right, what I'm gonna do, get back in here. Wow, a nice clean wall. Can't dig from that angle. How far am I edge? I can tell it's pretty far. I mean, because this should reach down pretty far. If you're not reaching that far down, you're probably not close enough to the edge. Can get this out of the way a bit. What does it say? The something is season. I don't know. Out of this? Damn. Get out of here, see what that little. The richest season. Okay. That's what it says. Okay, we're just bouncing it. I might end up going and hitting the invisible wall again. Something you really got to deal with. Well, you can see where I'm dug in the other area. I think I'll pause a bit and keep digging. All right, hey, well, we're back, and we are just, we are so close to being done. But I wanted to leave the video here, actually. Oh yeah, see those red things? If you haven't ever had an overseer, that's what the overseer does. This is a level 2 overseer. The level 3 one also gives you like warnings if things at the power at the wash plant are full. It's kind of a cool thing. Tells you where your broken stuff is. I got some stuff at my wash plant that's broken. So I actually have a problem with my digging. I gotta kind of dig sideways here, but I actually can't get the. Let's see if we leave this like this. I need to swing it all the way out here. Oh, we can barely get it. Oh, good, good. We need to like start digging these edges out at the top, and see, I can't. Oh man, we may have to use the front loader for a bit, just to clear some space. But we're gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching. If you're brand new, please subscribe. If you enjoy the videos, please give it a like, say something in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.